Hello once again, this is Joanna. Welcome to your March readings. I have a couple of announcements, so this intro is going to be slightly longer, but there's good stuff here. Number one, first and foremost, thank you so much for watching, for coming back, for listening, for liking, for subscribing. For those of you who have booked a reading with me, thank you so much. You know who you are. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. March readings are different in a way that I have been asked to use completely different cards. I've never used them before. I actually bought them about 12-15 years ago when I was going through a pretty challenging time, and I kind of like them. I never in my life thought I was going to do these readings, certainly not on YouTube or live, or readings in general. And I was told very clearly to use these cards. Now, they have no numbers, they have no meanings, they have no symbology, they have nothing other than art in order to inspire certain emotion, to evoke certain feeling, and to prompt an intuition or intuitive prompting. In my case, it also starts the process of information flowing from my guides as far as feeling, hearing, and seeing and knowing. So I will show you these cards. They're called soul cards. There is soul cards. This is the first one, and I believe there's a soul cards 2. And you'll see, just like in this vision, there is nothing. There's no numbers. So the card will show up like this, and it'll evoke a certain feeling, image, words, and often a certain phrase that I will hear. So what I do with these cards is I hold them up to the screen so that you can look at them and see what emotion is evoked within you. Always listen to your intuition. Just because your interpretation is different than mine does not make mine or yours wrong or right. It simply means your information may be in addition to what I'm saying or instead of. So always listen to your intuition. I was very timid starting with these cards. I wasn't sure how I was going to like it. It's because there is no parameters. Mind you, I'm not one that fits within certain categories, so it's actually should have been no surprise to me that I would really like them, because the moment I started the first reading, I actually loved them. I loved the energy. I loved how it was just so easy for me to hear. It was just an instant flow. I wasn't bogged down by any numbers, any dates, any wording. There's nothing for me to interpret. It was just pure information flow. So I hope you like them. Please let me know, and maybe I will keep this for a while, or until my guide tells me to go and do something else, which is what he always does. And I just kind of go, okay, you know what you're doing, and I just follow. It's called trust. Now, the other thing is exciting, that on March 20th, I'm going to be debuting my very first radio show. That is March 20th, which is a Monday. It's going to happen every other Monday at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. This show is going to be live. It is going to be archived, and I will post this also on my YouTube channel, so you can also listen to it afterwards. When it's live, some of the sessions will have a component of me doing a reading live, so you can call in, or doing a reading with somebody else so that you guys can call in. On Monday, my first show, I will be interviewing a lady, a phenomenal soul. Her name is Stephanie, and we're going to talk everything inspirational, and also everything, not creation, yes, but manifesting. So we will talk about her story. She's just super funny and just amazing. And we will talk everything about manifesting. We might even take a caller or two live to give free readings or whatever it happens to be at the time. Point is, I would encourage you to listen to it, because the show is for you. When Spirit asked me to do the show, and I said, what the heck for? It was very clear to me that my work, however it's going to transpire, is something that you have been asking for, maybe not in a specific way, through me. And the show is all about empowering and inspiring people. And this is going to be done through messages from Spirit, information that I have gone through and interviewing different individuals who have inspiring stories. So what I would like to do is I would like to ask you to send me your ideas about what it is that you would like to see on the show. So send me an email. That information is down below for you, with a subject line, radio show idea. And every time I implement the idea live, I will mention your name unless you ask me not to. So since this is for you, it only makes sense that I include and involve you in this process as much as possible. And I also think it's going to be fun. It's going to be, certainly when I use your ideas and you hear it, I think it just creates a certain involvement and an inclusivity, and I always want to be as inclusive as possible. And I think that's all I have. I don't want to talk too much because it's already way longer intro than any other intro, but I hope you can appreciate what it is that I was trying to say. Of course, these are general readings. If you would like more readings, I have videos on Vimeo for very small fee, and some of those are projections for 6 months, some of those are projections for 3 months for relationships, and I have those links included down below as well. Without further ado, let's get started with March reading. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, as always. And if you would like to contact me privately, that information is also down below. And I will see you in a moment. Stay tuned. Hello Aquarius, this is going to be a reading for the month of March 2017. I almost said 16. I have my new cards face down, 4 of them. Before I turn them over, when I was meditating on each specific card, I heard the words letting go, or letting go. So sounds like the month of March for the sign of Aries, moon, sun, or rising, is going to be very much about letting go of something. Letting go of the old, letting go of that which no longer serves you. The overall energy is letting go. And we'll look at the card that actually signifies or shows the energy for the entire month. But those were the words that came to me right away. I also hear the word relationship. So for some of you, it's going to be a time of letting go of certain relationships. Now, doesn't necessarily mean you will be leaving a relationship. It can, but this could also mean letting go of relationships or the way you relate to other people or yourself, because we do have relationships with ourselves as well as money and other people, right? So interestingly enough, again, when I was meditating on you, I got the very clear message, almost a bit of a realization that most of the signs that I've done, and I've done maybe 1/3 of them already, there seems to be a lot of cleanup energies, meaning March seems to be very much about cleaning up the old, letting go of the old, letting go of that what doesn't serve us anymore, letting go of limitations. That seems to be the prevalent message in most of the signs that I have done up until this point. And then I started to think about it, or what came to me was, well, we're getting ready for spring cleaning. And that was actually a very apropos message that I received, is like, yeah, March feels like a spring cleaning, and we do that in our physical world. Why would we not do this in our emotional and mental world? So that was actually very interesting. So let's see now specifically about you, Aquarius, what we have. Now, I just heard the month of June. Again, please, I apologize. I don't know the specifics for all the signs. One day I'll learn. On the other hand, I want to be really good at something, not, kind of good at everything. So I'm okay with not knowing all the details. And I actually rely on you sometimes to give me those details, which I really appreciate. Okay, so enough with that. Let's start with the first card. So I will hold the card first for you because it is important for you to see it and see intuitively what comes up for you. So this is a bit of a process that allows you to tune into your intuition and listen to your own intuition. And I was clearly asked to do this. So it's a bit of a training for you as well, for those of you who want to become a little bit more intuitive or in tune with your intuition. Once I hold it for a bit, I will then tune into what I feel the card means, and then I will give you that message. Also, please note that what I say may not necessarily relate to what you are picking up, and that is okay. Or it can be a blend of both, or your feeling about the card might be more resonating with you than what I am saying, and that's absolutely okay. There's no right or wrong with this. What's important is that you listen to your intuition. And what I'm going to say, because he's asking me to say this, when you look at the card, the very first thing that comes, boom, very quickly, that's the first intuitive thing. Anything after that has a tendency to come from your head, and therefore your logic, and therefore fears and judgments, blah, 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 blah. So that is a bit of an exercise on intuition, which maybe some of you will appreciate. So let's start with the card. And see what comes up for you. You cannot see the colors on the screen, but there is a lot of aqua, which is water, which is emotions, which is also expression, which is also third chakra. Sorry, not third, the fifth chakra, which is, and it's also a high vibration, like turquoise is a very high vibrating color, so it's very spiritual. There's also red. You see this person with her eyes or his eyes closed, hands are up. It looks like she's splattered with red. Red is representing, I hear the word fears, okay? And this is representing overall energies. And red to me represents fears. It's also first chakra. It's about safety and security in the world, about basic security requirement that we need. So when I look at this card, the words I hear is let go. Let go, like just let go, surrender, not give up. Two different things. Surrender. Some of you will go, well, what's the difference? I'll have to ask my guide about this, and I'll do that a little bit later, but I want to get through these cards first. Let go of the control that you so dearly feel you need in your life. So some of you, this is going to be a month of letting go of control. And he's not asking me to go into specifics because this is a general energy over the month of March. But it's to do with control. So that's interesting. Let's go with the first card, or the second card, which actually represents obstacles that you might come up with or might happen in the month of March. Again, I'm going to hold this to you. See what comes up when you see this card. I'm trying to get it so it doesn't have a glare. This is probably the best. Okay. There's yellow, there is blue. It's actually predominantly, the colors are very similar to the other card. And the yellow in her or his head, that to me connects with the solar plexus. It may connect something different with you. So let me just see what I hear here. Actually, what you don't see in the card, and it's very hard to see, there is like a lizard right here, right there. You can actually see its teeth, and that lizard is on this person's lap, so to speak, and it's not a pretty looking thing, but the person actually looks very calm. The person is not scared. So let me just tune into this card. I feel anger with this card, even though the person is very calm. There is an underlying anger within this person that is masked by the calmness. And that's what the lizard, or whatever this creature is, represents to me. It depicts itself as being vicious, angry, ready to attack. It is very much connected to the person, so it's a part of the person. And because it's a part of the person feels calmer in a strange way. It's almost like, I know I have this vicious mechanism to protect me, so I'm going to stay calm. It's I think you understand what I mean. And I also feel that this lizard represents some pretty deep fear. So let me just see what this is about. Some of you, again, this is a similar message that somebody else got, so check your other signs. Some of you are going to be dealing with an obstacle in a work arena. I see this as a mountain in front of me. I see this connected to money. This could be for some of you about not enough money, something that will come up and it will make you feel there is not enough money, you don't have enough money. It's shown to me as an obstacle, or as a mountain in front of me signifies obstacle. When I get to this when I see this obstacle in front of me, I start to get angry. And the anger is heartfelt, or it's deeply felt. I also feel something is unjust. I feel wronged. I feel deceived in some cases, in some way. I feel all these feelings and emotions that are stirring up with me. So for some of you, you will have and it's actually affecting my throat. For some of you, you will have a situation at work where you will feel these things come up. Some of you will have a relationship challenge, and this could be a romantic relationship or someone close to you, friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, co-worker, could be a family member, and I hear the word deceived. Now, you may not be deceived, you may feel deceived, and feelings is what we're what we're talking about here. So that seems to be an obstacle that will come up for some of you, not all of you, in the month of March. I also hear the words, do not let this situation destroy you. And I'm looking at the very first card of the overall energy, where the words were let go. And when I look at this card and the words are, do not let the situation destroy you, I feel like, again, there is a need for you, to let go of the control of something. You're going to be in a situation where you feel you're losing control, and that's going to bring up some substantial challenges within you, and it's going to make you feel fearful and also angry. Okay? And I'm going to stop at that. I also hear the word bank, and I feel this in my gut. Oh my God, I feel like, it's really affecting me in my stomach. It is very prominent. So when I feel things here, the way I feel it's to do with fears. It's like I feel I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm panicky. I literally feel like I'm losing control, which is what it feels like when one has panic attack or an anxiety. So something will transpire for some of you in the month of March where you will feel this, okay? The message is, do not let this destroy you. Very, very important. Now, the next card signifies actions to take. So even though the message was just given, I'm going to look at the actions. Again, I am going to show this to you. See what comes up for you. And then I'm going to look at it. The very first thing I get when I hear this, when I look at this card, I hear the word trust. I actually see there is a face here. I don't know if you can see it, but within this moon is a face. And I feel I'm being looked after. Regardless of what's happening around me, there is a feeling that you are being divinely guided and that you are being looked after and everything is okay. And incidentally, when I was meditating on you before I laid the cards Aside from the fact of that I heard the word letting go, I also heard the message everything is going to be okay. So whatever is happening in the month of March, whatever you will be dealing with, and I feel like for some of you it's going to be substantial and it's uncomfortable, you are at the end of the day are going to be okay. You will overcome some major hurdle in your life. And, you know, it could be many things. Some of you it's work, some of you it's money, some of you it's relationships, it's all of that. But when I connect with this card, again, I hear the word trust that everything is going to be okay. I also feel with this card that you do have a support network around you. There are like-minded people who are willing to have your back, or who do have your back. And what I'm hearing is rely on those people to uphold you while you go through this transition or through this difficult time or this difficult obstacle or challenge. And remember, if you have any faith, if you have believe in anything, the message here is trust that you are being divinely guided. And I actually hear the words, and I don't use the word God because I wanted to remain very neutral. I believe in God. I believe in Source. Some of you may not, which is totally fine. It makes no difference, actually, to be honest with you. I don't care what you believe in. If you believe in a cow, perfect. It's just your depiction of God, and that's perfectly okay. But I actually heard the words, God would not make you fall, or God would not let you fall. And I have never, ever gotten a message on YouTube like this, I don't believe, specifically saying the word God. So this is going to connect with some of you. Always remember that these messages almost never make sense at the very beginning of the month. They almost always make sense towards the end of the month. And I hear this from you all the time. But it makes sense. It is for month of March. And if you're listening the 1st of March, it's not going to make sense. But it can potentially prepare you for what to come. Not because you are going to be fearful, but because, you know, something may be happening, or maybe something is already in the works. Point is, you are going to be, whatever this is, you are going to be okay. Some of you are going to be losing a job, or there's going to be loss around work. And that's obviously connected to money. And I also hear the word foreseen. So for some of you, this is something that has been foreseen by you, or you have foreseen it. You've seen it. You felt it. You intuitively knew. You had an idea. And the network of people around you will support you and guide you if you let them. There is a sense here that whoever you are prone to isolation when it comes to these circumstances, or when it comes to dealing with challenges. And there's different kinds of people. Some people like to isolate themselves and just, you know, close themselves off. Some need to be outside in order to forget about what's happening. I feel for you, predominantly, you have a tendency to isolate yourself from the world. As much as you can, please seek out the help of others who will guide you and hold your hand gently through the process. Whatever this is, the message is you will be okay, even though I don't have the last card yet open or flipped over. I just heard the word mom. Okay, the message is, for some of you, I heard the word mom is going to be okay. So maybe you have someone going through something difficult. Maybe there's going to be a diagnosis with someone, and that would have been foreseen. It's not going to be something that is completely out of the blue. But I clearly heard mom is going to be okay. I don't know who's telling me this, but for some of you, obviously not all of you, this is going to resonate. You will understand this, and the message is you're going to be okay. Now, which is interesting, because if you're dealing with somebody's health, clearly you have no control over it. And that can make things feel very scary, understandably so. And you're being urged to reach out to people who understand, okay? I'm also seeing the number 5, which stands for May or number 5. See if the number 5 connects with you or possibly the person that we are talking about who's going to be going through something, like a mom. Now the next card is outcome or advice. He says to me the word outcome. Okay, so here's the card. Notice what comes up for you intuitively. There's a lot of orange and red and yellow. That's the first 3 chakras. This color is actually quite dark blue. And what is very interesting here that I didn't notice before, if you look closer, oops, no, there is a face here. It's like there's a face in the darkness. And I hear the words fears. So definitely some of you are going to be dealing with some fears, some substantial fears. And that face is interesting. I've never seen it before. And it's hard. You actually can't see it this way. So I only saw it on the screen. Okay. So let me connect with this card. I actually heard the words, let go of the outcome. Let go of the outcome. Let go of the outcome. And the outcome that I feel is being referred to is an outcome that's scary, outcome that has a lot of negativity, not negativity, outcome that is scary. And they're saying let go of the outcome, meaning let go of the fear. But this is supposed to be the advice card or outcome card. So let's see. Let me just tune in here. Again, I actually heard the words trust the process, you are okay. Trust the process, you are okay. Maybe some of you are going to be dealing with a health situation yourself. And your biggest fears are going to surface, naturally and understandably so. Let go of the outcome. Don't think the worst. If you do think the worst, let go of that. And I feel like you have to dive into your fears. It's like you're going to be diving into your fears. There's no question about it. Something is going to come up that is going to bring up some pretty substantial fears within you. But the message here is you are going to be okay. You will withstand this. So could be many things for different people. Some of you is around work. Some of you is loss of work. Some of you is challenges around relationships, and some of those could be small. Some of those could be quite substantial. So it's going to cover different things for different people. Point being here is you are okay. And the month of March is about letting go of that which no longer serves you. So when fears come up, there is a potential here to let go of these fears. And he's asking me to leave it at that. And again, I'm seeing the number 5. Okay, maybe some of you 5 months, you've been dealing with this for 5 months. Or the number 5 somehow, maybe you have 5s in your phone numbers, like 55, 555, something of that nature. Maybe you see 5s. There's something with the energy of number 5. Could also be May, yes. I don't think Aquarius has May, birthday in May, but there's something with the number 5 or May that's significant here. 5 is also a number of changes, yes. So there's potentially, okay. It looks like the month of March will allow you to have potentially a change of perception about something. Yourself, the situation, the world around you, your relationships. There's going to be a shift or change of perception. And when we let go of the old, our perception often will change. So I don't want to harp on it too much because I think I've covered everything. And of course, this is a general reading. It will not make sense to all of you. I would encourage you to listen to your moon and rising sign as well, because it will offer you more clearer picture, bigger picture. Thank you so much for watching, for sharing, for liking, for subscribing. Always know that you are a powerful being and you have choices, and the choices are how you look at things. And the way we look at things, our perspective can change a situation that is bleak into a situation that is actually okay. Perception is everything, and that we do have the choice over. I don't know why he asked me to say this, but it is important for you to notice, particularly in the month of March. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, for liking, for subscribing. Of course, you can contact me directly for private message. That information is down below. Wish you the wonderful month of March. Take care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye.